Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your January 2024 general monthly reading for Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Thank you guys so much for being here. Welcome or welcome back for my returning viewers and subscribers. I absolutely love and appreciate each and every one of you so much. I'm going to pull your 9-card spread for the month. I did get a little bit of a late start on your January readings. I've got a lot of projects here at home that I've been taking care of. And I just have to tell you, I got new equipment. Oh, I definitely need to talk about something here before we get into your reading. I got a bunch of new equipment. You know, things are going to be, upgraded, elevated on my channel. So I look forward to bringing you more content, but also on a much more elevated experience. So as I was getting ready to do your reading, I said, all right, spiritual team, let's do this one more time. Let's get Scorpio's reading out of the way tonight. Let's get theirs done. And before I hit record, I tapped in and tuned into your energy. The card that flew out, the cards that flew out were these two. They happen to be on the corners here, right? The Hierophant and the Six of Swords, which really gave me this feeling of wanting to shy away or turn your back or walk away from supposed or proposed traditions. For some of you, could also be wanting to turn your back on, expected traditions, right? When it comes to marriage and family and partnership. And it also gave me this feeling of indecision, that a part of you really wants to be committed to someone and really wants to take a committed relationship seriously, but on your terms. Like, you maybe don't want to, do the whole church thing. Maybe you don't want to do like super traditional or traditions that have been in place in your family for quite some time, or your partner's family, right? So I feel like it's like you want to do the tradition your way. So in essence, you're breaking free from tradition. However, you may be getting a lot of backlash. Those of you that are, looking towards getting married, you may already be living with someone, you may already be in a seriously committed relationship, or you're dating around and you're thinking, I just want to keep things casual. Others of you that were in casual connections for a very long time now find yourself on that threshold of, I could probably settle down with this person, but how do I let them know that I'm not really into traditions? I'm not really into, getting married, the church, the whole 9 yards. I just, it's like I can be committed to you, but not the way you want the commitment. I just feel like there is this anxiety towards expected traditional behavior, if that makes sense, traditions that maybe are expected in your typical families, upbringings, depending on your upbringing, right? We all grow up with different family traditions, or even religious or cultural expectations. I do feel like you're just like, that's not the vibe for me. I'm not vibing that. I can commit to you, but not in what's expected, or not what your parents or your family or my parents or my family is expected of me. And so then it almost feels like it's too much, like it overwhelms you. And as I put these two cards back, I was like, oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're feeling. Okay. And then the Knight of Wands also came out. And all this came out before I even hit record. And I was definitely getting that message from Spirit that you just really want to keep things a little less traditional. And even on your at your most committed terms or side of things. You're not looking to do like the big old wedding, the big old tradition. If this is not you, this feels like this is your partner who's looking to just almost like, hey, let's go to the justice of the peace. Let's go to court. Let's go to Vegas. I just feel like someone here is definitely not into traditions, right? Okay. Your energy oracle for the month, and you've got caring connections, door to value, and financial constraints, which is funny because, well, it's not funny, but you've got the door to value, which is like this grandiose opportunity for an influx of money, of, things that you value, earthly matters, material things, but also, good old shmoney, right? Especially with the Ace of Pentacles here, but you also have the Five of Pentacles. So there is this scarcity mindset. There is this fear of never having enough money, especially because in the past and maybe in the current moment, you have experienced some financial constraints, especially if that was part of your upbringing. Maybe you had parents who were irresponsible with their spending habits, or, maybe when you started off moving on, living on your own, you had irresponsible spending habits, weren't very good with your money, maybe, overspent or overindulged and whatnot, So, caring connections is definitely highlighting a partnership, a romantic connection. This can also be a very close friendship. And yes, while this beautiful couple looks like they're very much into each other on a romantic and caring way, this can be with people that have this caring nature towards you, that really care, love, and adore you, right? Close friends, especially friends that we've known since childhood or have had long-standing friendships with. This can also be, caring connection with your children, with your siblings, with your family members, extended family. I feel like there's this very tight bond between like a parent and a child, or two parents and their child/children, right? The goal is feeling like you really want to provide a very stable, loving, nurturing, and caring environment should you have children, or if you do have children, especially if you didn't have the best upbringing or the best example, right? So I do feel like in this essence here, caring connections with the door to value is really saying that, while you value what you see as traditions of, partnership, of parents, of family values, of specific upbringings, you realize that even though within your hardships or situations that you were subjected to growing up, not at your fault at all, but the cards that you were dealt with, I guess. And you're saying, despite all of that, I know what I longed for, I know what I wanted, and I know what I want to create if I ever have the opportunity to do so. And I feel like some of you do or will have that opportunity. I do feel that whatever you have gone through, that you have experienced, whether it was, hardships, financial loss, loss of, people that you're close to, especially if you had a very tight, close-knit bond with specific friends or family members, and, sudden losses can cause emotional and maybe even irreparable damage at times with how you react to that type of emotional pain and trauma. So I do feel like you've come back from that. However, going through difficult financial situations and loss and, financial constraints here is kind of keeping you on your toes, but the way that you're standing in this energy, though, is it feels as though you're more inclined to bring more financial constraints because you're constantly thinking about it, that you're almost manifesting it. You know, the financial constraint cards is saying, listen, you may have experienced some tough financial times, but it's time for you to put that behind you, right? This looks like it's a safe and there's very little in there. It's full of cobwebs. It's been open for quite some time, but nothing really has been placed in there to save, to, you know, have this little nest egg. It's been a long time since there's been some money to put away, to build, to grow. That doesn't feel like it's recent for you, Scorpio. It feels as though this feeling of the financial constraints is what keeps you from getting to that point. And so you've had some dreary moments where you felt like you were on edge or borderline to even getting back to this situation or this feeling again. But somehow it feels like you pull yourself out of there. So Spirit is saying you've got to stand in your financial stability and abundance. Stand on the fact that you've come out of that more times than you can count, right? The High Priestess. Some of you feel like you tend to think more so of the lack of the scarcity mindset because you feel like it's coming, like it's around the corner. And then when it happens, you're like, I knew it. I predicted it. I felt it. I sensed it. But Spirit is saying you sensed it because you're in that energy. You've known that energy before, and you're still holding on to the fact that that can come back at any time. Ace of Cups. Too many cards, but I will show them to you. Six of Cups, repeated card. The Death card, that is these two are your energies, Scorpio sign. Five of Cups, the Death card, you know, it's crying over spilled milk. It's the whole thing of, I've experienced poverty, lack mindset. I've experienced really tough financial struggles and, you know, maybe not being able to make your car note, pay your rent, mortgage, have money to eat, you know, that type of energy. And it's like, how do I get ahead when that's all I could feel, think, taste, know? That's all I remember experiencing, especially for those of you that have had those experiences since childhood, right? It's time to break free from that cycle. You do have the Ace of Cups here, as I was about to clarify the Five of Pentacles and the financial constraints card. So I feel like there is this feeling of, I don't want to be responsible for somebody else's finances or financial well-being. I don't want to be responsible for having to take care of someone, especially if children are involved. I feel like someone here is very worried about not being able to support a partner, a spouse, a family, children. You're so worried about being able to support yourself. And so it feels like love is a big responsibility, and that's what you see it as. You're missing everything else that feels like a blessing in a relationship. And that was the Sun card that tried to come through. You know, you're missing the joy, the happiness, the positive and sunny outlook when you're in a beautiful, loving connection and partnership. You're missing the point, is what Spirit is telling you. Now, your major arcanas that do pop up here is the Star and the Hierophant on the main spread. Your clarifying cards with the Sun and the High Priestess are your other major arcanas. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and the Hierophant right here on the edge. That is very strong Taurus and Virgo energy. You could have that in your chart. You could be dealing with those signs, but Taurus and Virgo also deal with earthly matters, material issues and needs, you know, nurturing the money, the finances, being more practical with your spending, but also wanting to like live it up from time to time. So some of you may go back and forth, like emotional spending, or you know, you go through FOMO and then like, well, you only live once, right? So I'm just buy the shoes, buy this, buy that. The Tower, the Page of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands flew out. So be careful of your spending. You already know what your options are, what your situation is like. You do already have the Two of Pentacles here. But the Six of Swords, not the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Wands. The Six of Swords, the Two of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles and the caring connection. You could be interested in someone who is very much centered and focused on nurture and growth and building a life together, right? This is someone who very much wants to build a life with you, or vice versa, you with them. They're someone who really thinks about the bigger picture and the long term, who's probably already been thinking, you know, within the next 2 years, I want to do this. Within the next 5 years, I want that. I want to be able to have X amount of money in my bank account. I want to be able to have this and such, you know, a house, a car, a career, whatever, children, etc. to show for. I need to know that where I'm putting my money, it's growing. I need to know that I'm going to be safe. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to spend my money wisely. I'm going to invest wisely. And I feel like they're much more down to earth and practical and logical when it comes to how they spend their money, where they shy away from time to time from frivolous spending. And so I even feel like maybe some of you are like the type to hide your, you know, again, the new shoes, the new shopping, the new clothes, whatever you're buying yourself. You're just like, I'm going to sneak those bags in the house. Once they're gone, they're just going to miraculously appear in the closet. No bags to show for. Like, I feel like there's like sneaky spending here. Be careful of that. You also have the Five of Pentacles, the Star card, and the Ace of Pentacles. So you're coming out of a situation where you feel like you were, you know, financially ruined and bankrupt. Some of you may have had to go through bankruptcy only to find yourself at a crossroads of whether or not you have healed these money wounds that got you into debt to begin with, that had you spending frivolously, that had you either overspending, not budgeting wisely. You know, it just feels like there's some money wounds, but also here's the thing, there's confusion that Spirit is saying, and here's how I'm seeing it. It's like, you know, part of the reason why you spend the way you spend, and this isn't for everyone, but this is going to resonate with someone here. It's like, well, I deserve it. I deserve that pair of shoes. I deserve to buy myself this. I deserve to have nice dinners. I deserve to go out when I want to. I deserve to have these vacations, these nice experiences, right? And so you spend it in the energy of deservingness, but you're spending it more than you're able to hold on to it, which is also a self-worth indication of self-worth, right? It's like, you're worthy of having this money, but rather than building on it and holding on and investing and feeling worthy with the money you're receiving, you're like, I'm worthy of spending it. So money can be flowing through your hands like water, where you're spending it faster than you're receiving it. So Spirit is highlighting that message for someone that could be, you know, could have had a habit of overspending, and now they're kind of finding themselves at the same crossroads that they were before. And, you know, Spirit is warning, be careful with overspending. They keep saying you're spending it like water. Okay, the star card here does speak of healing, but hope and optimism. So there is a plan of action for you. You've been doing good on a certain level, but there's something that happened that triggered you to go back to old habits, old ways. And that's why that Five of Pentacles is here. But the Ace of Pentacles is saying your money wounds are healed. Why are you going back to that? You're self-sabotaging, Scorpio. Is it a new relationship? Someone new that you're trying to woo? You know, sometimes we get caught up with impressing other people or new people in our lives. We want to buy the best for them or for ourselves to you know, show up in a specific way. Maybe you want to treat them to nice experiences, and that's all fine and dandy, Scorpio. That's wonderful that you think, you know, that you think of them in that light. But at the detriment of your financial stability or your own financial well-being is not the business, right? Clearly, Spirit is saying you're not getting the picture here. You must heal these money wounds. And it's also, again, this wound of self-worth and worthiness. Tell me about the financial constraint cards here for Scorpio. Oh, too many cards. The Fool, the Empress, double Aries, Ten of Pentacles, big money, and Queen of Pentacles. You have that twice. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, strong Aries energy here. Some of you could be thinking of a couple different options here. It's like, what happens if I have children? What happens if I just break free from my current situation and start over? What if I start a new life in a different way, in a different location? I relocate. I feel like there is this energy like you really want to break free. And I'm hearing that, is it Freddie Mercury? I want to break free, right? I'm not going to sing for you, but you know what I mean? I'm hearing and I'm feeling that like there's a part of you that's almost like, okay, well, I made this decision. I've got to, you know, I laid my bed. I've got to, what's that saying? I made my bed. I've got to lay in it. And so you feel like you can't go back, even if you want to, whatever that may mean for you, right? Again, too many cards. King of Cups and the Strength card. This could be you, and this is, you know, Spirit saying you're a lot stronger than you realize. If you feel like you're up against someone who likes to, you know, well, like the lion, roar and attack you, and maybe the two of you are going back and forth that way. Spirit is saying, you know, you're much more successful being a bit more grounded and less emotionally reactive. Okay, you could have Leo in your chart or dealing with a Leo as well. More Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, more fire. Fire with fires could be another thing that you could be fighting with here. The Nine of Wands is, you know, knowing that you've been through some really tough times, trying to get ahead and come out of it in a much better light. I feel like you're trying to polish up. Wow, you're trying to polish yourself up, like getting back up, dusting yourself off from the lowest of the lows that you have found yourself in at one point or another, and trying to, wow, I'm hearing trying to really put yourself back out there in a way you never thought possible, especially in love. Okay, so the money and the finances prove to be intertwined here. When I try to clarify the Five of Pentacles with the financial constraints card, the Ace of Cups is highlighting this, that is in regards to, you know, money and love being intertwined. I'm also hearing your love of money could be at your detriment, where you're not opening yourself up to, you know, love in its full form and commitment and marriage and long-term partnership relationship and everything that it has to offer. because you'd rather chase that bag than to settle down. And so when I go to clarify the financial constraint cards again, the Two of Cups, this is marriage, partnership, relationship. Again, with Aries energy, you could have Aries in your chart. Could be dealing with an Aries. You could be in a relationship with an Aries. Six of Cups here twice. So this is about marriage, family, partnership. This could be, a relationship from the past that resurfaces. You could have already been separated and now you're going through the motions of going through a divorce. And so you have to face the music here and try to figure things out on a financial aspect, right? If there's any alimony or child support that needs to be divided or be discussed. The Emperor, now this could be someone that you look up to that could give you some guidance here, but the Emperor is also, it feels like this is someone who wants control of the money, the finances, the spending. This could be a financial advisor. This could be an attorney. This could be a mediator. This could be a mentor. This can also be, male or female, not gender specific. This can also be the energy of your partnership where there's this feeling of wanting control over you, your spending, your habits. And I'm hearing to save, to make sure that your household, your expenses are saved. While they appear to be very controlling with it, they're doing it out of fear is what I'm hearing. They're fearful of that Five of Pentacles, of financial ruin. And they feel that the only way they can safeguard themselves and you and the household is if they control it. And that's the energy they're coming from. Knight of Wands and the Hierophant. Again, Knight of Wands is like very inconsistent, flighty and flaky energy, like very casual and immature. Very much that being spontaneous and frivolous and just like, oh, I always wanted one of these when I was a kid. And so like, I don't know, like I'm seeing like some sort of, childhood game or something that somebody wanted here, almost like an arcade game, I guess, like an at-home version. I don't know, but but it feels as though like you're kind of being I feel like someone is pointing fingers and like saying things like the way your spending habits are so immature. Like, it's what point are you going to grow up and, invest, save, spend your money wisely? Would you rather have money for a brand new home, a brand new car, or like adulting stuff, or like some video game from 30 years ago or something is what I'm hearing. I don't know. Nine of Pentacles. That doesn't make sense to me, but maybe it does to some of you. It's a Wheel of Fortune. I feel like you're saying, listen, money comes easily to me. I'm always going to bring money in. And when you're on that very fine line, right? Like I'm literally seeing a tightrope where you're like, money comes easily. I manifest money with ease. I've invested a little bit. I'm very lucky. I'm good at gambling. I've been able to bring in money just when you least expect it. And don't I always come through financially? And then but it's like anxiety riddled, attempts at trying to safeguard everything, and it can be it can drive a partner mad or, family. But I do feel like, while yes, your finances, you did at one point or another suffer through some financial constraints, I do feel that there is a very positive uptick in your finances. This could be in the ways of promotion of, I just heard job security. So you could be leaving one place of employment and being picked up by a place that offers some real job security. This could be you starting your own business. This could be you making it to a point where you're like the head of the company, CEO, CFO. You could be like a director, a head of a department, someone who calls the shots. Seeing a big increase in your finances. For some of you, I'm hearing, not just in the hundreds of thousands. So more power to you, Scorpio. You're gonna see, this is what I heard. This is actually, now, doesn't mean you could spend like crazy, okay? This is actually going to be your most abundant, financially abundant year, okay? You'll be seeing a lot more money this year than you have in previous years, okay? Spirit just advised me that. Does that mean you can spend money like wild? No. But I feel like Spirit is saying you can manifest more if you let go of this energy, and you'll see how much more money you can bring in. So let's see what La Vera Civila has for you. Money, literally, the naughty, right? The bank, the safe, money. On the money. Oh my, it's 30 minutes. I already got to end this reading. I'm telling you, this year is going to be your most abundant year. Something is definitely coming to an end. Some of you, someone could have recently passed and you're receiving an inheritance, quite a substantial amount of money. And also, remember, money isn't just cash money. It can also be, stocks, bonds. You inherit certain items that are worth a ton of money, not just in terms of cars and homes, but could be jewelry, could be old, collectibles, or I don't know, whatever people have that they hold on to that are worth, value, not just emotional, nostalgic value, but financially, right? So this is definitely feeling like you're keeping a lookout, or someone is keeping an eye out on how you are spending, but you're also, I feel like future forecasting is what I'm hearing. So those of you that are into investments, or you're looking at business news and what businesses are failing, what moves bigger businesses are making. I don't really know too much about stuff like that, but I feel like you are keeping an eye out on specific financial patterns is what I'm hearing. Okay, maybe you could teach me something. Be wary, be careful of someone who can be seen as the enemy. Okay, you can have someone that's around you at this time is wearing a false mask. Now this deck has the male and the female of the enemy. So this can be a female friend or acquaintance, or someone who's around you that is not a good person. I do feel, she's got a dagger in her hand. You see that? She's looking to backstab. She's looking to creep up. So this could be, someone around you, but this energy is definitely prominent here. I feel like some of you may be keeping an eye out on someone who's like that, who it feels as though, who is looking to sabotage your money making opportunities, your business opportunities, your relationship. I feel like there's a third party here, someone who meddles in your relationship or your marriage. Doesn't necessarily mean you're, intimately involved with a third party. I just feel like there's someone who's got to get out of your business, basically, is what I'm feeling. Let's move on to the Money Oracle. This reading's gone pretty long, so let's see. Beautiful. Clover, lucky break, gamble, good fortune, taking a chance on, certain opportunities. Cancer had that one, and Cancer also had this one. If you have Cancer in your chart, check out their reading as well. This is careers in finance, outdoors, risky business, money surprises, or surprises in luck. You also have the card of ornaments. That says extra money, mature investment, celebration, careers in retail, beauty, retirement. Some of you could be retiring early because you come into extra money in your investments. You know, finishing work project. You have the rose, financial relief, being content, loving care, careers in a supportive role, job security. Literally just said that a few minutes ago, right? Let's rewind. I literally said you could be leaving one place of employment to move to a new place that offers much more job security. And you have the card of nugget, a small increase, valuable info. An honest assessment is being made when it comes to your finances and maybe your career as well. You could be seeing a fresh start when it comes to your career, your finances. This says steady work and career building. Okay. Now I feel like this has taken on more so of a, it's been money and love intertwined here. And I wasn't going to take the love oracle. But because I do feel like in your reading, particularly Scorpio, it's going hand in hand. It feels as though you want to reach a specific amount of money in order for you to feel safe and secure in your relationship, right? The card of dark male. This could be you or someone around you, someone that you're interested in. Could be dark hair or darker complexion, darker than lighter. Young female. So these can be two people in your life that can be of influence or that you meet. This is a young female. This is someone who's very youthful, very much into fashion and trends and music. You could meet them at retail, out shopping. You can meet them at, maybe a concert, a musical event, nightclub, bars, whatever. Live music is what I'm hearing. And a brunette female. So you got a redhead, brunette, someone who's quite intense and very focused with darker hair. And friendship. So this could actually be your circle of friends here. So it's friends, acquaintances, networking. I feel like you're meeting all the right people to move forward, to be able to grow this pot of gold you've got going on here. And you have the card of freedom. Casual, being single, feeling light, like you've cut off, whatever you have felt has weighed you down. I picked up on that in the channeled message before I started recording, where I said, there's a part of you that's a bit confused. It's like you want to be able to settle down with someone, you care about someone, you love someone, but there's also a part of you that finds it a whole lot easier to not be committed. So that card of freedom is definitely highlighting that you have been feeling that way. Now, whether or not you make the decision to do something like that or to stay single or be single is really up to you. Scorpio, that is your January reading. Man, it's gone long. I apologize. I mean, unless you like a longer reading, I hope this resonates with you and that it brought you clarity. Remember to give this a thumbs up, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and double tap that bell to get notified of all the readings. If you have not caught your yearly forecast, your entire month by month 2024 reading, your playlist is here, but I will link that reading here. And like I said earlier, I've got a lot of changes coming up, so you will eventually see a change in the setup. I've got new equipment. It's just a lot of stuff that's going on here at my place. So we're making room for all this stuff. Just be easy on me, as I'm only one person trying to get all this stuff set up. So love and appreciate all your guys' support. Have a wonderful month, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.